You arrive wet and blind into a world that does not wait for you. You weigh less than a bag of sugar. Your skull is not finished yet. There are gaps in the bone, soft spots where your brain pushes against nothing but skin. Your spine cannot hold you upright. Your hands grip, but don't know what they're gripping. Your eyes are open, but you're not seeing yet. Not really. You are processing light. You are processing sound. You are processing the one smell that matters above everything else. You are processing safe, not safe. Safe, not safe. The jungle does not stop for this. Skip forward, week 1. You have been alive for 7 days, and you have already burned more calories per kilogram than almost any other primate on the planet. Your brain is the reason. It is the most expensive organ in the history of biology, and you are building it right now at a rate that will never happen again in your lifetime. 1 million new neural connections per second. You are also completely helpless. A newborn impala stands within minutes. A newborn dolphin swims within seconds. You cannot lift your own head. You will not be able to do that for 3 months. And the reason, the actual biological reason, is that your head is enormous for your body, and your muscles have not caught up yet. You are head heavy and horizontal and utterly dependent on the person holding you. In the jungle, being held is the only thing keeping you alive. Skip forward. The heat. It is 35 degrees in the shade today. There is no shade in the clearing. There is shade in the forest, but the forest has its own problems. You cannot sweat efficiently yet. Your sweat glands are not fully developed. Your body does not know how to regulate its own temperature the way it will in 6 months. You overheat faster than an adult. You dehydrate faster, and you cannot tell anyone. You do not have the words. You do not have the language. You have one signal and you are using it constantly, and it is working against you right now because crying costs water, and water is already the problem. Your mother knows. She knows by the specific pitch of the cry, the color of your lips, the way your fontanelle, that soft spot at the top of your skull, sinks slightly inward. She knows before you know. In the jungle, your survival lives inside her ability to read a language you don't even know you're speaking. Skip forward. The night. Something moves outside. You feel your mother's body change before you understand what changed. Her breathing slows, her muscles contract. She is not asleep. She stopped being asleep the moment she heard it, whatever it was. Leopards move in the dark here. So do the things that are not leopards, but are just as patient. You are 3 weeks old, and you do not understand predators, but you understand stillness. Somehow, without being taught, you know that right now the answer is to be quiet. Your crying stops. You press into her body. You wait. This is not instinct you were given. This is instinct that survived. Every baby that made noise at the wrong moment is not your ancestor. You are descended from every infant who went quiet in the dark and made it to morning. You are the result of a very long and very brutal selection process. You don't know that. You're just being quiet. Skip forward. The hunger. You need to feed every 2 to 3 hours. Not sometimes, not when you remember. Every 2 to 3 hours around the clock, your stomach empties and your blood sugar drops and your cortisol rises and the signal goes out. You cannot wait. A human baby's stomach is the size of a marble at birth. By week 3, it is the size of a ping pong ball. It fills fast and empties fast, and the biology is not negotiating. If your mother is undernourished, her milk changes. If she is dehydrated, her supply drops. If she is sick, the composition shifts. Your nutrition right now is entirely a function of her survival, and her survival is a function of the jungle cooperating, which it does not reliably do. Dry seasons come. Rivers recede. The food that feeds the people who feed you becomes something you have to wait for, and you cannot wait. Skip forward, month 3. You have survived the first 90 days. Statistically, that mattered more than anything that will happen in the next 5 years. Now, something extraordinary happens. You smile, not the reflex smile of the first weeks, the one that was just gas and nerve response, a real smile. Directed, social. You look at the face above you, and something in you recognizes it and responds to it, and the face changes, and something in you lights up in response to the face changing. You are 3 months old, and you have just discovered that you can affect the world, that you can cause a reaction, that the creature above you is watching and responding and connected to you. This is the moment your brain officially becomes a social brain. And in the jungle, a social brain is the only kind that survives, because you will not survive alone. No one here survives alone. The group is the tool. The group is the technology. The group is the reason the species is still here. You have just taken your first step toward belonging to it. Skip forward. The weight. Here is something nobody tells you about human babies. You are the most expensive thing your parents have ever produced. Not in money, in calories, in time, in cognitive load. A human infant requires more sustained investment from caregivers than the young of almost any other species on Earth. Elephants come close. Great apes come close. But the ratio of helpless time to body size, the sheer length of dependency before you can contribute anything to your own survival, is almost without parallel in the animal kingdom. The reason is the brain, the same brain that will eventually allow you to plan, to speak, to build fires, to cooperate in groups of hundreds, to pass knowledge across generations. That brain needs 25 years to fully develop. The jungle doesn't know this. The jungle is running on a different schedule entirely. You will be carried for 2 years, dependent for 5, vulnerable for longer than that. And the people carrying you will do it because evolution found something, that the groups who invested the most in their slowest members built something the jungle could not kill. Not the individuals, the knowledge, the accumulated knowing of how to survive this specific place. You are the vessel for that. You always were. The number here is the number that defines what you are. 1 in 3. That is the rough historical probability that a human child in a pre-industrial environment would not survive to age 5. Not through carelessness, not through failure, through disease, through drought, through the particular randomness of a world that did not distinguish between the deserving and the undeserving. You survived your first night. That was not guaranteed. You survived the first week. 1 in 20 didn't. You are 3 months old, and you have already beaten the most dangerous stretch of human life that has ever existed. Not because you were stronger, because the people around you were vigilant and lucky and skilled enough to keep you alive through the part you couldn't survive alone. That is the whole story, really. The jungle is not the thing that shaped you. The people standing between you and the jungle, that's the thing that shaped you. Every human trait you will eventually have: language, empathy, the need to belong, the ability to imagine what someone else is feeling. All of it is the biological record of what it took to keep a creature as helpless as you alive long enough to matter. You are not surviving the jungle. You are the proof that someone survived it before you.